The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
I'll never forget, we're in yeshiva, and this is a true story that happened, okay? True story that happened with one of the rabbis in the yeshiva. And he gets up there, the rabbi's about 75 years old, and he's saying the story, okay? And I'm sitting there, I'm like listening to the rabbi's 75-year story. He's going back in Shidduchim when he was like 20, you know? It's like, wow, this is going to be interesting. So what's up? What happened when you were 20? Shidduchim, I was the top on the market, and I held 9 yards, you know? It's like, wow, from 75, think about it, what's going on about 55 years ago. 55 years ago. And he's telling me the story. Tell me all the boys the story. Looking, we're waiting, we're this, we're that, great. Anyway, what happens? He tells us there was one girl that he wanted. So, you don't understand, this girl, he got a date with her, he went on 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, he was totally in, shidduch and this and that. And I'll never forget, he tells us that she broke his heart. She said no. His heart fell on the floor. Like, what do you mean no? This is the girl of my dreams. I need this girl. No way. I can't. He tells us, a few years later, you know how sometimes the guys are going in the coffee room, they're making their coffee for, you know, in the shul, there's that. And one guy's talking to another guy, you don't understand, my wife's driving me crazy, I can't believe it, I can't deal with it no more, I don't understand, she's driving me nuts. So he's like, what's going on? Like, he's just like asking, and then he says, oh my goodness, he's looking back, this guy is the guy who married the girl that I wanted to marry, and then he's thinking, he's like, you know, whatever he was hearing, he's like, Baruch Hashem! Hashem didn't set me up with her. So you think, this is the guy that I want. This is the girl that I want. And I need this girl. Or I need this guy. I need to get married. That's my shidduch. And you're trying and you're calling and you finally get the date. 3 dates, 4 dates, 5 dates. And everybody's saying, oh, she's the best. He's the best, the best, the best. And the person dumps you. How could that be? How could that be? I don't understand. And then you're going crazy. You can't sleep for 3 weeks. Why say no? Why'd she say no? What's going on? And then you look back after you get married and you realize, oh my goodness, Baruch Hashem, that didn't work through. I don't know what would my life be. But what? God knows exactly what's for you. God knows exactly what's for you. I remember when I was in Shidduchim. I'll never forget when I was in Shidduchim. I'll never forget. There's a person, oh, Shidduch, that one. Oh, perfect. For sure. Go, this, that. Something happened. I'll never forget. It didn't work. It didn't even go out. I was like, wait, what happened? It didn't go. And Baruch Hashem, I was like, wow. Imagine what it was. You think to yourself, you play back. Let me tell you something. When we have the matzahs, there's 3 matzahs, right? Top, middle, bottom. Top, middle, bottom, yeah? One of the 13 principles of faith, the first one, the Rambam says, Hu asa oseh v'ya'aseh et kol ha'ma'asim. What does that mean? God did, God does, and God will do everything. Was, is, always. Top, bottom, another bottom. Top, middle, bottom. We'll do it like that. Top, middle, bottom. Think about it. The top is asa. He always does. The middle, he does. He's doing in the present. Ya'aseh is in the future. A lot of times, people, they see the past, okay, it was the best thing. The future, who knows what's going to be. But when they're in the present, when they're in the actual scene, what's going on in the present, which is the middle matzah, they're thinking, this is dark, I can't see. How is this good? How could this be good? How could this be good? It's impossible. You know what we do? We crack the middle matzah. Because we say, your brain is too small to understand why it's good. Crack it. Don't try to understand it. You will never understand it. And things will happen to you in your life, and it'll happen in the present moment. You're like, why is this happening? And guess what? That moment, remember this lesson. Crack the middle matzah. Crack that trying to understand, because guess what? You can't understand everything of God's ways. He's not your brain. You think you're God's brain? You think you can understand everything God's doing? You gotta be nuts if you think that. But one thing that you could understand is what? Everything is good.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org